in responsible development, or in this case sustainable development strategy, by doing the initiatives in one sector, which is tourism. I think it's one of a lot of influence from Father James Pillen. He is the founder of the Center of Tourism Development and Training, and now we are the juniors in the Faculty of Economics, continue his work in the center. Okay, the outline of my presentation will be 5 aspects that I'd like to discuss with you. The first one is introduction, and this study I conducted last year discusses concepts and implementation of responsible tourism marketing in Indonesia. And responsible tourism marketing is derivative of sustainable tourism development in the marketing area. Marketing studies in the tourism domain has shown an extension of marketing domains which does not cover merely tangible products but in societal process and activities. My major is marketing, and now I try to apply the discipline into more social marketing. In this case, is tourism marketing. And principles, concepts, and marketing functions like segmentation, targeting, positioning, etc. are adopted in tourism development as well so far, involving a wide variety of institutions, which many are non-business institutions. And studies on tourism marketing in Indonesia are significant to conduct due to the importance of the sector. Number of foreign and domestic tourists visiting tourism destinations has increased yearly and reached 6.4 million in 2009, and the number of travels done by the domestic tourists reached 224 billion. You can see this the contribution of the tourism sector in Indonesia in terms of foreign exchange. The first one from 2006 to 2008 and still 2009, still oil and gas. But beside oil and gas, we have this tourism rank number 5, other than oil and gas, and then the contribution increased. And we expect that in 2009, the rank is still the same, number 4, but for the 2010, we expect that it will be the first foreign exchange contribution beside oil and gas. And awareness on sustainability issues, which originally was limited on natural environment, has now included social, economic, and cultural aspects, have grown fast in the past 30 years. Sustainable issues have also played more roles in tourist motivation to visit the destinations. And why we argue that sustainable development is very relevant to apply in the tourism area, because tourism products are most of the time related with nature and social cultural aspects of society. If we go to a certain place and we want to see the scenery, the landscape, and also the culture, the local culture. And the trend in tourism product development involves more people contact products. We know the ecotourism, that we want to see the local culture, the local tribes. That's why it's very relevant for us to discuss sustainability in the tourism sector. And the concept and definition, I won't elaborate much on this because it's basically the sustainable development achieved through tourism. And sustainable development itself is an economic development which takes a long-term perspective and balance economic benefits against environment and social impacts. And just like the sustainable development which assumes sustainable economic growth, sustainable tourism development assumes sustainable tourism growth. And these are the 12 aims of sustainable tourism development developed by UNWTO in 2005, is the United Nations World Tourism Organization, from the economic viability, local prosperity, employment quality, social equity, visitor fulfillment, local control, community well-being, cultural richness, physical integrity, biological diversity, resource efficiency, and environmental purity. So I guess the aspects are more complicated in the tourism area in this case for the aims of sustainable tourism development. And basically the principles cover 3 areas, which are economic prosperity, social equity and cohesion, and environmental and cultural protection. So these 3 facets of the principles of sustainable tourism development. And the responsible tourism marketing itself is the derivative of sustainable tourism development that is on the aspects related with tourism marketing. So basically, this is the parallel concept of the green marketing and environmental marketing, except is in the area of tourism. And we add all the sustainable principles into the as the backdrop or the background against which all strategic decisions are made. So if we are familiar with all the aspects in marketing, the STP, segmentation, targeting, positioning, and the marketing mix, basically we have the background of this sustainability to make all the decisions. And this one interesting study that we conduct on the stakeholders of tourism in Indonesia, on their perception, understanding, and intention to implement responsible tourism marketing strategies in their area. The respondents include travel agents, the travel bureau, tour operators, and also government officials in the tourism area. And these are the percentage. One thing interesting here that for the perception on the concepts and also the understanding of responsible tourism marketing, more than 90% they said that they understand the concepts. So they say that don't tell me again and again about the concept of sustainability. But when we ask whether they are able to implement, the figure decreased significantly. Only 73% say that they are able to implement. And we suspect that they are not willing to implement because they feel that other stakeholders don't apply the principles. So if we are the only one to initiate, they are not willing to do so. So they are expecting somebody else to do it for them first, so they can just follow. But optimistically, they say that they think that responsible tourism marketing will enhance the competitive Indonesian tourism, and then important things to be adopted by the entire stakeholders, and then has to be developed using these principles. All say that 90% agree about these statements, except that they are not the ones who will start implementing it. Okay, these are the explanations of the survey we conducted, as I explained before. And so, after we conduct the study, so we decide that we'll make the adoption and then the strategy to somehow push them to adopt and implement it, not just understand the concepts, but start implementing the concept is to take the approach of the the utilitarian things of sustainability. So if you adopt it and then you make the business grow. Like for example, these are the things that I socialize to the stakeholder of tourism in Indonesia. What I say to them is, if you adopt the responsible tourism marketing principles, actually all of those principles can become your points of difference. As we know in marketing study, points of difference are attributes or benefits consumers strongly associate with a brand, positively evaluate and believe that they could not find to the same extent with a competitive brand. So if in this hyper-competitive era in the tourism sector more specifically, if we have the POD of the responsibility in this case as the unique selling proposition, as we know in the advertising study, so this uniqueness can attract tourists to visit, so they can grow their business. And as well, we have to break down the strategy into more specific marketing mix strategy. In this case is, if you want to adopt the responsible tourism marketing as your PODs, so by consequence, we have to do this. Okay, first, if you are involved in the ecotourism, you have to develop zoning in natural parks destination to protect the areas, something like that. And you have to develop tourism products activities with minimal negative impacts on environment. And then you have to utilize local resources in tourism product development. You have to develop monitoring and evaluation system to monitor negative impact on tourism product activities. And you have to activate tourist participation and environment conservation effort.